cannot be controlled. I cannot be contained. How's everyone doing?
Good,
Pretty
thanks.
Okay. Huh?
Well, if everybody is physically, if not emotionally prepared, I will go into the housekeeping. What do I have here? Oh my God. Because here's the other thing is sometimes I write this stuff like right after our last session, in which everything is very meaningful then. And now I read over my notes and I'm like, why? Why was that important? Okay, so I said something like I may have glossed over in the roleplay narrative after you guys successfully repelled the siege of that house full of survivors, but you now have access to some crafting alchemy components called incorporeal essence and necrotic ichor. That is in your
Okay.
party inventory, along with the set of silver spoons that nobody ever claimed.
Well, if we run into any werewolves,
Yeah.
good. Yep.
So it's a collectible set. Got to catch them all those spoons. There's some note here about like I changed something on Terrell's sheet because Divine Smite was labeled as a cantrip. So I moved it to level 1 spells because it requires at least a level 1 slot to do it. And I think just my brain wouldn't let me live with it. It had to be
Okay.
reclassified. There was also a point last session where I had Yelena roll to identify details about shadows, and in retrospect, because undead are one of her favorite enemies, I feel like I should have given her advantage on the roll. So to make up for that, I gave Yelena an inspiration.
Oh, okay, cool.
As a note, everybody in the party currently has an inspiration, at least one. I think one of you has 2.
Me.
Ooh.
Well, of course it's Kai.
Well, I do need them.
but do you remember to use them?
No.
That is always the trick. The other thing was you guys had a long rest last session,
Yes.
and it occurs to me that Yelena didn't roll her temporary hit points from her socks of
I
her
forgot about
restful
this.
her socks of super rest.
Uh-huh. So what do I roll for that again? Let me find the socks.
I think it's a 1d8 of temporary hit points, but I could be wrong. And in other notes, I had to buy a new bottle of moonshine.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Because you guys rolled so well last session. It was gone. But that took a while. It took a while to get through that. It's just like last session you guys rolled particularly well.
All it says is you can recover 1 free hit die roll of temporary HP during a short
that is a
rest.
1d8 because your
Okay.
1 hit die is for you because your ranger is a 1d8.
1d8. Okay. Should I do that now?
So roll a d8.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, 7 temporary hit points. You have 7 temporary hit points now.
Woohoo.
And so that the next time you get injured, I'll be like, "Why the hell didn't that injure her?" And I will have already forgotten that you had temporary hit points.
I'll forget too, probably.
If there was a drinking game for watching one of these sessions for like the 1.3 people who like watches it, that would be one of the drinking game items. People wondering about how come Yelena didn't take damage. What was next? That was all of housekeeping. Last session, session 26. What happened? Does anybody know what happened?
I have notes. I'm not sure how comprehensive they are, but I can certainly try.
Did we get through the? We're still in the tunnel, right?
No.
No.
Well,
we got through the tunnel. We got through the building.
You got to the end of the tunnel into the next building. You're like in a cellar now.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, let me reshare the map. I think you're the one who's not on it, Kim. So there you are. I added notes. It's hard to write legibly with the little pen. What are your notes, Terrell?
My notes are: as we reached the south of the house, we could see 2 weeps attacking the building because we started the session approaching the house, which had the smoke signals coming from it. So we take out the weeps and then we move inside, and inside the building there is ranger, blacksmith, tiefling. And they're moving towards a room where we hear some loud banging and where I, Tyrell, sense a very large undead. And there is an undead Hulk. And Tyrell, I've got to read this out properly. Tyrell Misty steps in and kills it. Bracket, 2 hits, exclamation mark, close bracket. That was the best thing ever.
That was a proper smiting.
It was amazing. I do believe I squealed. We discussed plans with the blacksmith. There are 2 children and a puppy that were holed up during the fight. Tyrell sends her snake staff down the hall to scout the tunnel. Whilst we're talking, the puppy jumps into Kai's arms. Yelena casts Speak with Animals, and the puppy tells her that the children were very badly trained and didn't do what they were supposed to do. And it turns out that the puppy was sent by Shantor to assist the temple, and they want to kill undead. They're quite adamant about that. The snake comes back and tells us that the tunnel goes north, there was nothing in the tunnel, and that it comes up under another building. From the description, the blacksmith thinks it comes up in the Undertaker's, which he thinks could have some useful stuff for the upcoming fight with undead paladin guy. Frostfeather? Yeah. So we take a long rest at that point. Then we jump down the hall. I do remember there was some conversation between the archer and the children because the children were the archers, I think, the rangers.
One of them was. One of them,
Right.
One of the little girl who had the puppy, she's actually the daughter of a follower of Shantae, I think is what you found out. A guy named Warden Culpepper.
Yes.
Who they say like is they last they knew he had barricaded in a crypt within was the Northern Cemetery with some survivors.
See, I've missed that in my notes, but I do remember that that's what we were trying to head to.
She'd gotten separated from the group because she was being badly trained about the dog.
Yeah.
And then the other kid was the child of the ranger who kept
Right.
dropped.
So I haven't written this down, but I think it was decided the kids were going to go to the tavern, and I think the ranger was going to go with them and keep an eye out for smoke signals from us if we needed to. And did we decide that Kai was the one who could do smoke signals?
I think both Kai and Yelena could do them. Yelena and Kai. Oh yeah, that's what my notes say. Yelena but Kai were fluent in smoke signals, and it's agreed that if Hazel sees a signal for go, she'll make a break for the south toward Venator's Vardo and then the Parnast caravan. But if she sees a signal safe, they'll move north to rejoin the rest of the survivors on the way north out of town.
All right, so whilst we took a long rest, we took shifts, and during his shift, Kai spotted something down the tunnel. So when we entered it, we were keeping an eye out for it. Kai ended up casting dancing lights, and we spotted a shadow. So we kill it, and Tyrell sort of scouts ahead and casts. I don't know why Tyrell would scout ahead because she can't see in the dark at all. But that's what my notes say. Can't see anything else. Obviously, she's blind in the dark. There is a stone archway that looks like the undead Hulk broke through it. So we go up, finding the basement that the snake told us about. And as the blacksmith starts siphoning embalming fluid that he thinks will be useful, we hear squeaking. And Kai thinks there's something on fire, which I don't remember that bit at all.
Me neither.
And I don't remember why Kai's got a light buddy in the doorway.
Well, that's so you can see, so you can scout ahead.
Yeah, because we made the dancing lights into a person shape.
He made a little light buddy.
For like a distraction.
To help you out and to help you see and to be a distraction. To to fight back at the shadows.
So those are my notes, which I do not think cover everything, but basics.
That's pretty much everything. There's one note that to specify that the puppy you found that you talked with is a celestial puppy that had been dedicated to the Temple of Shantea as a guard dog. But it's a little guy. He's a little guy. He hasn't fully grown into his position yet. But he's feisty. That's and he wants to kill some dead stuff, which is why he immediately gravitated to Kai, because he saw the murder the murder in Kai's eyes. What is his name? Oh, he's a blacksmith, and his name is Sigus, and He said that, yeah, there's people that are barricaded in the crypt in the Northern Cemetery, but he specified that they've seen Frostfeather set some of the undead to digging tunnels. So, like, not only did they dig a tunnel to this place where survivors had barricaded themselves in that house, but they're trying to get into this crypt, and they figure they've got like 2 days before they bust in and potentially take out those survivors. What else? There was something else that came up. Yeah, you got rid of the kids. Smoke signals, blah blah blah.
Sounds terrible when you say it like that.
You did not get rid of them terminally. Oh, you also made a decision to try to send smoke signals back to the caravan to warn them where they got on the river. If everything took too long and they tried to make their way around Zelbras, getting on the river too soon means you actually float through the village, and you're like, don't do that. But it remains to be seen whether or not anybody in the caravan knows smoke signals.
Right.
So after venturing through the tunnel between the undercroft of the barricaded house and the cellar of the Undertaker's shop, as you said, you've entered the cellar room. Sigus has been siphoning off some embalming fluid, which let me add that as well to your party inventory, since he wanted it as a crafting item.
I mean, I'll take the spoons if anyone wants to just get them off the sheet. I don't think anything else in there is any use to me.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I mean, we could just sell them at some point.
He's also said that another thing that he needs is ectoplasm. So
We have incorporeal essence. Is that ectoplasm?
it's not exactly the same thing. Sigus communicates. Very close, but yet very different.
What
for his
about
purposes.
put the necrotic ichor with the incorporeal essence? Would that make ectoplasm?
It's possible. It's possible we could do some kind of alchemical transformation and make ectoplasm out of it. But just on the off chance we could find some in the near area here at the Undertaker's shop, that might be helpful. Might save
Okay.
some time.
There is a Ghostbusters joke in there somewhere.
But I couldn't leave out the ectoplasm.
No.
As you look around, you can see like where that hulking zombie broke out of the wall in the cellar. You could see that the creature had knocked around the cellar. Like the map, it's all nice and tidy, but in reality, one of the large embalming vats has been shattered. There is some signs that there was some punching into one of the support columns, and there are like various different shelves have been tossed over before this creature slammed against the wall sufficiently to bust through and start digging a tunnel. So it seems like it was a bit of, one of the typical mindless zombies, only differentiated by its bulk and presence. The other thing that you've noticed is there is a flight of stairs leading up to the north center of the cellar. It seems to be a winding staircase, and just to the right of the staircase, there's like a little opening. It's not covered the entire way, but there's like a little, it seems to be a chute, and there's this like creak, creak, creak sound of a chain on a pulley. And it seems to be like a freight elevator, where the floor of the freight elevator part, at least part of it, is visible. That's where this opening is. And it keeps going up and then coming down, stopping just where the ceiling of the cellar would be. And when it stops at its lowest point, that's when you hear like a crackle, like a flicker, the sound of fire. And then it goes creak, 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 and starts moving back up.
So we can't see anything on it. It's just moving up and down.
Yeah, like if you move under the hole, and it's not like the entire breadth and depth of what an elevator would be, because it's really just like maybe a 2x2 little opening in this cellar. Like it's like on the floor above, it seems to kind of overlap. But if you look up the chute, you see like it's just like this dark hole, like a tunnel, like a chimney kind of thing, until it reaches the landing, its lowest landing, and then it kind of like stops. Like it doesn't come all the way to the cellar; it comes to the first floor.
Okay.
Some kind of elevator, dumbwaiter, that type of
Mm-hmm.
doohickey, but it does seem to be in motion,
In motion, which means somebody's operating it.
up and down.
Okay.
And Sygus looks to you, and I guess to refresh, you have old Colton Gray, your very useful tag along. You have Good Boy the Celestial Dog, Celestial Puppy. You have a tiefling named Cherish, and you have Sygus the Blacksmith tagging along with you at this time. And I think I should. Oh, maybe I should also note that the day you had a long rest, and now it's a different day. Like I think it's the 11th of Marbanoth now. But it's been like 12 hours since you left the caravan.
Okay.
So you have 2.5 days until Lady Belvana says she's going to start trying to go for an alternate route, and you have almost 2 days before the survivors in the northern crypt may be in peril.
Okay. So I guess the question is, do we go upstairs? Was there anything else we needed from here, or was it just a way to get closer to the cemetery?
Yes. Well, the Undertaker's shop isn't too far from my blacksmith's.
That was it. We needed to get you to your shop to craft
Block
stuff.
and a half, kind of around the corner. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I don't remember whether the guy's voice was like. Okay, I'm just gonna talk now. But looking for ectoplasm, number 1. Number 2, Undertaker's closer, fairly close outlet, not as much over the road to go to get to my forge. And had we gone over the road from the house, we would have definitely run into some undead along the way. I don't know. We may be close enough we could avoid it. It may be the numbers. I mean, the more you go north, the more trouble there is, the closer you get to the cemetery. That's 1. 2, we just fought off that siege. Brustfeather seems to know everything that happens. He has eyes everywhere. Like the crows, the ravens, they're watching for him. The wolves are watching for him. So he's bound to know that we've abandoned the house. So he might have things out looking for us.
Okay.
The question is, I mean, we've got to go up the stairs to get out of
Right,
get
to
out
get
of this
to-
building.
to get out. Yeah.
Question
I was-
is, are we going to look around further, see if there's maybe something I can use?
yeah.
Have we looked around this room at all? I can't remember.
You've looked around this room, but the only thing that's useful that hasn't been smashed is the embalming fluid that Sigus has collected.
Okay.
I mean, you can take like some time and get more embalming fluid. It's totally an option. For every like half hour you spend in the cellar, you can have more embalming fluid. Oh,
Right.
and this is something I meant to set up and I forgot. And maybe I should just go ahead and tell you so you guys can think about it with your choices. The whole thing here is he's like, okay, if we get to my forge, I could maybe craft some things that will help us. We can work on making things that might help us in the battle against Frostfeather. So the question is the kind of things that he knows how to make. Maybe I should go ahead and tell you.
Sure.
Okay, I'll tell you some of the things that he definitely knows how to do. I'll make a note. If you're really clever, you'll notice that this is not a sequential set of letters, which means there are a couple things that could potentially be made that you guys haven't discovered yet.
Okay.
And if you could see what I do right now, you'd realize that I have like a 6 dexterity in real life. The amount I am futzing around to try to copy paste some text, it's ridiculous. Wait, can you see this note? What the hell? There used to be like a little check thing for making stuff public, and I don't see it anymore. Okay, new record.
All right, got it.
So this isn't like really fancy and stuff, like unlike my sheet where I highlighted everything. But there's like about 5 different things here. One of them isn't really a candidate because it takes a long time unless you choose to take a long time. But there's like 4 or 5 things that he definitely knows how to do right now.
Okay. On the coating a weapon with silver takes 4 hours. Does that mean it's 4 hours solid of his time, or you can start it and move on to somewhere else and it takes 4 hours to complete the weapon?
He has to do it at the forge.
Right, okay.
So it'll be like 4 hours in place at the forge, silvering a weapon. And he needs the silver, which that is a thing. He doesn't have silver either.
But we do.
How much
Yeah,
silver
I'm
do
just
you
thinking
have?
that.
Because it takes 50 gold worth of silver, and it needs to be like powdered silver to start working, or an ingot worth of silver. So if it's silver in another form, it's going to take like another little bit of time to like.
I've got a silver spoon collection.
Yeah.
Shift the form. Yeah, like the silver spoons, he'd have to melt down the silver spoons and like make it workable, but that would just be a little bit of extra time, and then it's like 4 hours to finish up.
Okay.
So maybe like
Other
an hour to get the silver into the prepared form, unless it's powdered silver. And if it's powdered silver, he can work from the get-go.
Okay.
But it would take like an hour to turn something into powdered silver. All right. I think that's all the miscellaneous. What's it?
I read extract of ghostly shift wrong.
How did you read it?
Extract of ghostly shit.
Oh.
Is there like an A item in that?
I skipped it because you don't know about it yet.
Ah, okay. It's secret.
At least it hasn't. You haven't asked about it. It's a thing that potentially one of you like knows about, but it hasn't occurred to you.
Well, that's okay.
And at some point I'll probably prompt you, but like this is not the time yet.
Well, if it's supposed to occur to Kai, it won't happen until 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm lying awake or something.
So I'm gonna give it a little time before I lead you to water or anything.
Okay.
I'm sitting here. It's like, which one of you which one of us are you subtweeting here? If you can call that.
It is
And
kind of a
subtweeting.
subtweet. It's like being so vague.
Yeah.
I'm
Vague
giving this
between-
whole story about my celebrity encounter and then not saying who it was.
Yeah.
I'm covering up the chat window right now. Pay no attention. I'm just like being very disorganized. Hey, so I've distracted you a lot now. Back to the question. What are you guys gonna do? You gonna
Well, I guess we're going to make our way upstairs.
Yep. And see what we run into there. Is there an order we want to go in?
I'd suggest me first.
And did you take time to collect extra embalming fluid before you headed out?
Which of these need embalming fluid? Let's just check. See where incorporeal is necrotic. The bomb requires. Oh no, that's not embalming fluid.
Oh, did none of them? Why am I going on about embalming fluid then?
Shoot, I can't copy and paste it out of this note. Yeah, I can't see embalming fluid mentioned as a. I mean, it could be from the secret thing in A that we don't know. And there's also F.
Yeah. A or F probably involves embalming fluid.
Maybe we did collect
At this
some more.
point, Zygus is just telling you that this is potentially something that could be useful. So I want to get it.
Yeah.
Just in case, because this has potential. Okay. But moving along. You want to head upstairs?
Yeah.
As you go up the stairs that are kind of like dark and winding, you hear the sounds of this dumbwaiter freight elevator. It's moving away, starting to move up as you ascend the stairs. It's definitely ahead of you as it's raising in height. And I'm going to move you guys to a different map.
Okay.
It is this point that she realized that her descriptions of where everything is located in relation to each other was completely wrong. Okay, Polton Gray, he's going to be taking up the rear as usual. Kai is practically there with him. And even though I didn't put him on the map that way, Good Boy is kind of staying with Kai. Okay, new map, who dis? So 1, do you have a new map? And 2, can you see anything on it?
Yes.
It should just
Yes.
kind of be the floor landing.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So in here you see a couple closed doors. This is like the lobby of the first floor. To immediate left of you, you see it was a double door, but they have been knocked askew. They have been shattered. And peeking around the corner, it seems to have been like the large. Let me unveil this. It seemed to have been the large gathering place where they had funeral ceremonies. And peering through those cracked double doors, there's lots of pews that have been destroyed and shattered. Chairs knocked akimbo. There is a open casket at the front in the distance. There's a few bodies. Or not exactly bodies anymore. Not in enough solid pieces to be considered bodies. But you see the carnage down the kind of runner carpet between the pews. And there's a glint of a silver candelabra standing. And you see another Noctis skew amongst the carnage. The other areas seem to be either closed off by a door or by a velvet curtain, including the area where the squeaking sound is coming from. That would be this. A freight elevator located central to this floor. And for further reference, I'm going to just kind of like mark where you see a closed off door. Oh my god, that's so hard to write. It's like, I wish they had like an alphanumeric text like tool.
So you just type.
So I could just type a neat D or C rather than trust my crappy writing with this very thick pixel.
Just do a line. Be fine.
So like 2 doors, a curtain, that's a door, that's a wee door. To the south of you, it's open, and this is a double door headed to the north. The Saiga says to you, that's one of the exits.
Okay.
And then also straight ahead, he says that's to the yard, to the stable.
Okay, where do you think there is stuff that would be useful to you?
Wow. Up to the left, that's the entryway, the main parlor, the salon. They have a few, some of their wares on display. I'm not sure there'd be anything there. I mean, they're not going to leave the most valuable items, and we aren't in the market for a coffin. So that's probably out. Though the front office, I don't know what might be there. I'm not sure what some of these other rooms are, but I think the embalming rooms where they do the actual work is upstairs.
Okay.
Oh.
Go on.
And if you just kind of like look around the landing, not too much, you can tell that there is... Well, if I could draw... There's a flight of stairs, the main normal flight of stairs, the non-cellar flight of stairs is leading up. Which is how I got so confused about like the arrangement of this place. In reference to the freight elevator. The normal flight of stairs is just to the left of it, leading upward.
Okay, I'd like to cast Divine Sense, please.
What's the range of Divine Sense?
60 feet.
At the current moment, you do not sense anything. How long does Divine Sense last?
End of my next turn, so nothing above me either.
So at the moment, where you are now, you're not sensing anything. You do, no, I take that back. You do sense something, but it is outside the building. Like to the north through that north exit that Saigas pointed out. There's definitely something undead out there in the streets. But
right,
like on
but I
this
don't
floor,
sense anything in there.
like on this floor, and wait, let me check one other thing.
I was going to say, would it not spread like all around me up and down as well?
I'm just double checking. At this, currently there is nothing directly above you. So you feel like this floor, the floor above, you're not sensing any undead right now.
Okay, I shall pass that on to the party.
But that freight elevator, it's moving.
Yeah.
It's constantly moving, and there's more than 2 floors of this place.
So they're moving something, they're burning something. Is it a crematorium, I guess?
Should we have a see if we can see what's in the elevator?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the elevator, and there are 4 rooms on this floor. Well, I guess, one of these I revealed. One of them is the commode. So you can ignore that room.
Yeah.
I've already spoiled it. It's a potty.
Okay. So I'm currently between 2 doors. Yeah, the one into the
So the one with the broken doors to the south, you can see into there was some things knocked around. You see there's body parts, there's wreckage, and there's silver candelabrum. And then to the north there's a closed door.
Okay, but we don't think there's I don't sense any undead. So do we want to pop this north door open just to see what it's inside and see if there's anything for Tigers, or do we want to just check out the freight elevator first? Oh, that's great timing for that to pop up, wasn't it?
That's the sound that happened when you enter chat.
Wow.
You're like, hello. Duh.
Ominous. Okay, so freight elevator. I guess start with the one that's smaller. Because there's less potential to have a lot of stuff in it that might come out.
The elevator, yeah?
Yeah, let's try the elevator first.
Alright, so I'm going to shield up, move along to the elevator.
Now, as you approach the elevator, I've told you it's an elevator, but you approach this, you can hear the squeaking of the chain on the pulley and the gears. There is a velvet curtain, though, pulled aside to try to make it visually discreet. That is blocking your view.
Of the elevator.
Yeah, so velvet curtain in front of it.
Then I'm going to try and push it along the pole with my sword.
Terrell, you reach out with the tip of your swordy sword, your bow blade. You gradually, tentatively pull aside the maroon velvet, and you see a metal door, kind of like a garage door, pulled down over the freight elevator.
Okay.
It's kind of rough and ungainly. It's not attractive, so you can see, oh, okay, this is why they had the velvet curtain in front of it, because it looks like really, this is for work stuff, for moving bodies and coffins up and down. But it is currently closed. And there is a latch at the bottom for raising it up and down, the access to the shaft.
Alright. So my thought is, if Yelena and Kai want to position themselves so they can shoot into it, and I will open the door.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then I shall move closer to the door if you two want to position where you can shoot things at it.
Alright, so you raise the metal barrier.
Yeah, I look at the guys, sort of count down, nodding my head, and then on 3 I just go, boom, pull it up.
And I'll be like, I'm gonna move, because sure, Polton's gonna hang back and be a useless piece of nothing, but everybody else is kind of, circling around along with you.
Okay.
I'll move Good Boy over next to Kai. Arf, arf. Do you use your hand or do you use your sword again to try to like nudge the handle to move the metal barrier up?
I mean, I don't think I could do it quick with. Mind if I do it quick, it's going to be noisy, isn't it? Do we want me to try and do it quietly?
It's going to be a dexterity check to do it quietly. Like, stealth.
Hmm.
I've got good dex.
Okay.
And I'm good stealth. Do you want me to
True.
do it?
Sure. Do we think that's the best way to go? Quiet, or do we want to rush it?
I feel like quiet is not a bad. Of course, that means it's harder for me to shoot, but
Yeah, but I'm thinking I'll just get right up next to you so I can throw my shield out if need be.
all right, cool.
Okay, so I'm there to guard you, Luna.
All right, am I doing a stealth check?
Yes,
Stealth roll.
to do it quietly. Are you like using your hand to raise it, or are you using something else to like push it up?
I think I gotta use my hand.
Okay, we'll make a stealth check to see how quietly you are. How quietly you are? That's not grammar. How quiet you are.
There you go.
With a
dirty
dirty
20.
20, you are quiet. You smoothly start raising the metal, and you realize as you're raising this metal that there's a warmth radiating off of it that hasn't cooled down completely. It's like some fire has heated the metal up. It's almost too warm to touch comfortably. But it's not painful. So you're able to slowly control your movements, raise the metal up, up, up. And as you start, if you get a couple of feet raising it, you realize, okay, whatever's in this freight elevator, it's not on your level right now. You're just looking into the elevator shaft.
What do we see?
And you see there's a chain of like the pulley like that raises and lowers along the back wall. And you also see there is etched against the far stone wall a symbol that looks like a skull from which bones radiate like the rays of a sun.
Do I recognize what that is?
Make a religion check.
Can I also do that?
Yeah.
Oh, my religion's shit. Never mind. I was thinking I'd be good.
Like, nope, that's spooky.
I mean, anyone can make a religion check. I'll
All right.
Hey, Kai, make a religion check. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see,
Let's
come on,
have you
hang on.
be really good at something totally unreasonable.
Nope.
Wait,
Nope.
let me.
Oh, that's a little better.
Nope. You have
No.
this doesn't mean anything to anybody. I mean, you don't feel good about it because it's a skull etched into the stone, like someone did it on purpose. There's no reason for that to be in this elevator shaft. But you don't. Oh, actually, I take something back because Yelena, you should have advantage on that roll. So roll again.
Okay. A little
Better.
14 is still not good enough.
Oh my god.
Oh, well.
This must be really obscure.
I mean, you have this. You're like, okay, it's a skull. This is an undead thing. But you do not recognize it. And it would take some research or like some deep thinking for you to try to pull it out of your memory.
I wonder if Good Boy would recognize it or get a vibe off
Oh,
of it.
Good Boy. Good Boy vibes. I can roll for Good Boy.
Yeah, roll for Good Boy.
Arf!
I mean, this is his thing.
I didn't set him up for this though. But it is his thing. Let me double check something. I gotta figure out. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this manually. is +2 to this. Oh, 21!
Oh my god, good boy. It's a good
He's
Good
a
boy.
boy knows,
good
and he's
boy.
like,
Yeah, he's a
he's
very
like,
good boy.
and he starts up. He's
Like,
obviously alarmed by it.
okay. Let me. Do I need to cast Speak with Animals? I think I do.
Yes. So you cast Speak with Animals. And Good Boy is like, oh my. It
Okay.
is a symbol.
Okay, good boy. What is it?
It is a symbol of Dorsane.
Dorsane. D-O-R.
Doresain. And this
Dorsane.
tickles the back of your head because undead are your favorite enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of that before. It's a Dorsane. Dorsane, it's like an ancient demigod. You very rarely hear about it in comparison to other godly threats that are associated with the undead nowadays. You know, like mostly it's problems and people fearful of like Vecna, that kind of thing. But Dorsane is one of the ancient demigods, also known as King of Ghouls. One thing Dorsane was known to be is insatiably hungry, and the creatures that followed him, his legions, always had a hunger that could never be appeased.
So I'm going to convey that to the whole party to see if our companions here have any takes on this or any familiarity.
I'm really confused. Sorry. Are we saying the skull is like a trinket of it,
It's a
or
symbol. It's a symbol of this
symbol?
demigod.
Somebody's trying to worship
Like
this
a
demigod.
skull with like a radiating kind of like a sun-like version, skeletal form of a sun. And you know, like Good Boy says, the actual symbol has a radiating, flaming green eye. But of course, they could not manifest that in the stone. I wonder, could this creature be part of the corruption that has happened in the dire wood? Scholars and druids have wondered for eons what began the corruption. And Dorsane was thought banished to another plane. But what if the Direwood corruption's an attempt from Dorsane to break back into this plane of existence, spreading death and hunger, craven desires as he manifests. Good Boy doesn't like that at all. And as you have this discussion, the creaking starts to get closer, and you hear like the heaviness of the platform of the elevator moving closer and closer and closer. And as a freebie, I'm gonna give like both Terrell and Yelena, you because of your like ties or your like aversion to the undead, you start to get like that kind of clench feeling in your chest that there is something malevolent and profane in that elevator, and it is coming your way.
Heads up, people.
It's
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
I look over at Yelena and said, "Do you want to back up
yeah.
for a better shot?"
Okay, adjust
And
yourselves.
I'm going to stay there with this shield up.
Oh, I had a symbol to share. Let me share that Dorsane symbol. Hey!
Hey.
That's the colored version. It's not the carved version.
With
A
green
fucking
eye.
ugly symbol.
With the glowing green eye.
Yep.
Hey, undeath ain't pretty. What somebody's pretty, but it's maybe not our pretty.
Looks like he needs to dry out a little bit more.
I don't know. It looks like it needs to moisturize severely.
He needs
I
to
mean,
either moisturize or dry out completely.
completely and
Yeah.
make
He's
it a little
like-
more sanitary.
He's like in the interim state where it is just not appealing.
Right.
Man. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Terrell, you've taken front and center in front of this elevator?
Yeah. And I would like to. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm sure there was something I wanted to. Can I cast Bless or do I have to wait for initiative?
I'll say there's just enough time for you guys to prepare, because you know it's coming. You can take one action.
Alright, then I'd like to cast Bless on myself, Yelena, and Kai, and now I have to remember how to do that. Hang on.
I think there's an item you can drag to everybody. That you are the blessing.
Woo.
Yeah, Yelena has it.
There we go.
Terrell,
I think
you
that's
have
it.
Kai has it. I think you have one more person you can bless.
I thought you said 3.
Oh, I thought it was 4.
You can bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range.
Okay, I was lying. I just thought it was 4 by default, but I guess that's just casting it at a higher level.
Right, so that should hopefully give us a D4 to attack and saving throws. But it is a concentration spell, so I need to remember that.
So screek, screek, screek. You've been casting this bless spell. Now, what is everybody else doing while Terrell is casting bless? Like Kai and Yelena. To prepare.
I've just got my longbow out.
Okay, you got your longbow ready.
Ready.
Kai, what are you doing?
Flicking through spell book just to make sure he knows what spells he's got.
Checking.
I just imagine he stood there juggling a fireball. Yeah, I got this.
He's like, wait, no, not that one. No, not that one. No, wait.
No.
Oh, wait. Oh, I have that spell? What? Oh. It's kind of like
that's
me.
what I-
It's kind of like me preparing for a D&D session.
It's me looking over my spell list. I'm like, none of
What?
this. None of this is going to help us here.
Why did I pick these spells?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
And-
what Kai's doing.
And as you come down, or as the screek, this bare little sliver of an opening begins to appear, and you start to see this green glowing light radiating out of the elevator. Terrell, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Oh, my D4 worked. Ooh!
You see a flare of this green light that kind of heat coming out of the elevator, but you manage to like duck back just in time before this flare of green flame extends like 5 feet out of the freight elevator as it descends, and a couple more feet, and then suddenly you see it's like the elevator with metal walls is engulfed in flames, and there are 2 skulls floating within this space, and they are ready to consume. Everybody roll initiative. You have 2 flameskulls in this elevator.
I feel like we've just finished DDO, kept fighting all these bastards, and now you've got it in D&D as well. We've been running
Flameskulls.
Ravenloft this afternoon.
Flameskulls. Oh, this is loud compared to the other stuff.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Turn that down.
Yeah, I'm turning it down a little bit too. Yeah. Okay, that was just the flourish, I guess. The flourish at the beginning. Because it's calmed down now. Like, whoa. Okay. You're fighting flameskulls. Wait, is this real? Okay, Terrell, you're first in the initiative order.
I know. What the hell?
You go. Oh wait, let me make them visible. Flameskulls. I say they're unidentified, but you can pretty much see that. Okay, it's a skull floating in the air, and it's on fire. So let me identify those creatures. What are you doing, Terrell?
Well, that one that I can see is in the back left corner. Is there not one closer?
There's two. There's like the 1 and 2 side
I
by
can only
side.
see one. Oh, I can only see one.
Oh, because I can't see on task.
There we go. Okay, can I reach from there? Is the lift gonna hamper me?
You are like 10 feet away from them.
Yeah. So, is the lift gonna... I mean, if the lift's moving, I don't really want to climb inside it.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of fire in there. It's kind of hot, and you're wearing armor.
Yeah. You know what? I might not climb in or attack because they're too far away. I might just cast... Fairy Fire. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is out. Oh no, that's concentration. Can I do that and bless?
Bless was your last turn.
Yeah, but it's a... oh. So
this is another round.
The bless doesn't last as long as I'm concentrating on it then?
Oh, are you talking about casting another concentration thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would cancel out the bless.
Right, forget that then. I'm gonna guess fire is probably not going to do much damage to them. Oh bloody hell, people! This might be. Oh, hang on. Can I do turn undead? If you need to sort of...
Keep in mind what turn undead does.
I haven't got it. I've got turn the faithless. Well, I'm screwed. I haven't got anything I can... I suppose I could chuck a javelin at him, yeah.
You also have lightning thingies for your bow blade.
Yeah, but it's fire. It's not lightning.
No, it's lightning. From your bow blade, it's lightning. It's like a sparking bolt or something.
Alright, so the description says you create 3 rays of fire.
That's my fault.
Okay. Then I will do that.
I will edit that because I thought I got everything like that. It is an adaptation of a flame-based spell. That's
right,
why.
okay. So, you create 3 rays and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. How do I do a ranged spell attack? Do I just use the attack button? I can see. It's got cast and attack.
It'll be 3 plus 3. It'd be plus 6 to hit.
Yeah, it says range plus 6.
So if that is the thing that your javelin says, use your javelin business.
Alright, my javelin says plus 7.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm not sure why it says plus. Oh, it says plus 7 because your strength is more than your charisma. But we're gonna go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna attack Flameskull 2.
Whoa, at 27.
Yeah.
Nice.
So shall I cast the damage or shall I do the 3 rolls first? I do the damage in case.
3 rolls. Yeah, do 3 different rolls and then you can like do the damages.
That hits. Wow, 3 hits.
Whoa, all 3 hits?
Yeah. Right. 2d6 lightning. Yeah. 1.
Oh, I'm not sure where it says 3 bolts of. Where does it say 3 bolts of fire?
Just in the description.
Oh, maybe this is weird. The version I'm looking at is different from what you read because it says lightning in the version I'm looking at. I'll figure that out later if I remember.
Okay. Let's not be it. If I know it's lightning, I'll just ignore that from now on. Right. Those are my 3 bolts.
All right, so you see, like, it does seem that they seem to have some resistance to magic, period. Or at least there's some resistance to this lightning, but it does harm them.
Okay. That is my go.
So you do a total of 8 damage. Now, it is Polton Gray's turn, and he's kind of useless, but he's like over here, and he's like, oh my god, what is happening? So he kind of catches up, but he's like on the fringes, and he doesn't have a good like line of sight on anything. Yelena, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna shoot. Which one of these do I want to shoot? Does it matter? Which one did you attack, Terrell?
2. The
2.
one on the
All right.
right.
I'll shoot him. Or her. Yep. Partially resisted. Okay, shoot again.
It's the psychic damage that was partial. They have magical resistance.
Ooh, miss.
Oh no!
Oh no. All right. That's it for me.
It's like she rolls a 2, and she still gets an 11 total though. That's pretty baller.
Nice.
So is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Sygus. It's Sygus' turn. Sygus like, oh my, it's a Flameskull thing. And he is going to he didn't want to do that. he doesn't want to do anything that I just looked up. He's gonna move up next to you, Terrell, and he's gonna cast Thunderwave.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be originating from him, so you will not be struck. Everything 15 feet in front of him gets caught up in a thunderous wave. Hence the name. And these Flameskulls have to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, they have to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that was almost a good
failed.
one.
No, he failed because it's only rolled a 5.
I know, but he almost rolled 17.
Okay. And this guy, number 1. Neither of them save. So he does 2d8 thunder damage to both of these Flameskulls. Oh, they do not seem to resist the thunder damage.
That's force?
Thunder. It's thunder. It's like sound. Thunder.
I thought you were going to do Thundercats then.
Alright, so he moved 5 feet to be beside you, but like now that he's done this thunder wave, he's going to step to the side and use this corner as cover. So that's his turn. It's now Cherish's turn. She's going to move back this way, and she's going to do Ye Olde Faithful Eldritch Blast on one of the Flameskulls. And she fails. 7 does not hit the Flameskull, and you hear her like cussing. They're like, "Oh fuck!" in the background. Now, Flameskull. One has its turn. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
That looks ominous.
Yeah, this Flameskull casts Fireball. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Just a torrent of green flame engulfs all of you, even
Oh,
Polton
shoot.
Gray.
No.
Oh no!
So Yelena failed, but Kai and Terrell, you've saved. Let me roll for everybody else. Oh my god. Why did I make these choices? Good boy saves. But let's face it, that is the most important. Cheris saves. Oops, I rolled the wrong thing. I rolled con instead of dex. I don't know what my problem is. Holton Gray saves.
Oh, for shit.
And Sigas.
Because he's way back there.
Because it's way back there. He's like around the corner. Poor Sigas. Sigas fails. So Sigas and Yelena, they're the ones who are like most screwed by this fireball. Now I have to roll damage now that I've made these choices. It's 8d6.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh, what?
39 damage! Oh no, Sigas! Oh, Sigas is still standing, but he is messed up. Like, in a blink of an eye, he is severely, like, second-degree burns over 2/3 of his body.
Oh,
Bam, bam, bam. The rest of you take 18 points of damage. No, wait, 19. I'm sorry, 19. But yeah, Yelena, you take 39. So, 7 temporary hit points gone. So you take 32. So, Yelena, you aren't as burnt as badly as Sigas, but it's not good.
No, it's not. Where's he at?
Oh, wait. Holton Gray has evasion, so he doesn't take any damage at all.
Oh.
Cherish is resistant to fire damage, so she only takes 8. Oh, no, wait, 9. Sorry. Or good boy, poor good boy. 19 points on good boy, but he looks pretty good. And Kai? Where's Kai? Where's Kai? I've lost Kai. Oh, there's Kai. Oh, I already gave him 19 points of damage. Okay, or you've already given yourself.
Yeah, I did it. I saved your job.
All right. So now it's Good Boy's turn. Good Boy's like, ow, 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 ow.
Can I just check? My thing says that I resist 3 slashing, bludgeoning, piercing, magic.
Magic?
Or is that not magic?
Not magic. If it's exclamation point magic, it's not magic. I'm pretty sure that your heavy armor thing only deals to like mundane, non-magical types.
Right.
Damage.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
So Good Boy runs forward. And he starts to glow with this radiating halo. And the skulls both have to take saving throws, Constitution saving throws. DC 13. Okay, that one's saved. They both saved. Oh, so they only take 1d8 damage. So both of them take 6 radiant damage. One of these flaming skulls looks kind of shattered. As you're kind of shaken, you're recovering from this fireball that engulfed this tunnelway. You see, like, the walls around you are scorched now. And Good Boy finishes off his turn by kind of like running away a little bit. he's also gonna be like by Sygus. Let's do a retreat here. And the Flameskulls, the skulls seem to transform, and momentarily they gain this humanoid visage of a man. Do history checks.
History. Oh, I'm shit at that as well. How can I be crap at religion if I'm a paladin? Oh, never mind. That's okay.
No, mine didn't work. Hold on.
Okay, Terrell, you pick this out. You recall that you found this Frontier Gazette while you were in Ulavan, and that there was an article in that Frontier Gazette talking about Zelbros, and how, like, Lord Brosfeather was setting up this commune of artisans and all that kind of business. And there had been a picture in that article, a drawing of Lord Brosfeather, and you pick out right away, this is Lord Brosfeather's visage, and he's almost, it seems like he's looking directly at you. The eyes of both Flameskulls with their humanoid faces, their mask, kind of like that creepy painting in Ghostbusters 2, have taken
The Great
on,
Vigo!
yeah, they've taken on his features, and their attention is focused on you, Terrell. And you hear this hissing sound, this phantasmal voice saying, "Come to me, be consumed."
Can I react to that? Oh, you've
can
gone really tinny.
You can talk back.
Well, I was thinking of brandishing Maliki's talisman at him and seeing if that sort of pisses him off.
You brandish your talisman, your, like, the unicorn that is, like, attached or, like, affixed to your armor, and you just hear this kind of malevolent laugh, like, "Ah, follower of Maliki. How long before you realize the balance is pointless? Everything was made to consume and die.
Then you die.
The only way to win, the only persistent thing is decay."
I mean, that's a bit of an oxymoron there, dude.
Kai, it's your turn.
Bonnie, you've gone really, like, tinny, as if you're like talking from the other side of the room.
Oh no. Is it still like that?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Let me touch some buttons.
Ooh.
Right, Kai is
better?
gonna.
No.
It's better now? Can you hear me now?
I can
No.
hear you. It's just it does have an echo. And
Yeah, it
not bad
sounds-
echo.
Yeah, you sat quite far away from the microphone.
Okay, go ahead, Kai, with your turn. I'm trying to figure something
Oh, that sounds slightly better.
Right, I'm gonna move up to here, and I'm gonna do Thunder Wave as well, because I have that, and it worked. And I've lost the description of it now. Damn it. Right, okay.
I think it's a dexterity or constitution saving throw.
Con save. Does that mean they saved, or?
One of them saved. I'm not sure why I rolled 2 dice. Did you have them both targeted?
No.
They shouldn't have advantage. Oh, they do have advantage. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. So they both saved. So half damage, 1d8.
So, do I roll the damage on it, but it only takes 1d8? Or do
Yeah.
I just need to do 1d8? Alright.
So they both take 6 damage.
Okay. And I'll just back up a bit.
The skulls continue talking.
And that's
they laugh as the wave of thunder strikes and shatters and cracks the skulls further. And the voice of Frostfeather comes out and says, "You struggle beautifully. The more you fight, the more tragic the end. Wonderful!" And now the second Flameskull gets to attack. It's going to shoot 2 fire rays at Terrell.
Of course it is.
First one misses. Second one misses. I rolled a 10 for both of them.
Is that the one that's channeling Frostfeather?
Both of them are channeling Frostfeather.
Alright.
It's like a little chorus of neener-neeners.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to do.
So that was a real underwhelming finish to his last statement. And now top of the attack order, Trill, it's your turn again.
Okay.
Do I still sound like a robot?
Yep.
Ah!
It's not a robot, you just sound like you're far away from the microphone. You haven't put your microphone up, have you, by any chance?
No, like I keep moving it closer to my mouth. I'm not quite
It's
sure
not-
what I
it's
do
not
to
com-
affect the distance.
slightly unplugged or something like that. Is it?
I replugged it. I jiggled it.
Nah, sounds the same. Okay. I think I'm going to have to get in the elevator, people.
Is this remotely better?
Sounds the same.
Ah!
I mean, it's not that we can't hear you. It's just, you know, it's just gone a bit odd. Is the lift big enough for me to stand in it?
Yes, yes.
Alright, I'm
You
going
can
to have to
step
get in.
forward 1 square.
I am going to attack Flameskull 2 again.
Oh, so close.
14 hits.
Wow.
How'd you get 14 from that?
Because I've got +8 on my weapon, and then we've got the bless.
Oh, right, yeah. I get it. Yes.
Bless Terrell.
So when I actually remember to do it, it's really useful. Oi!
Ah, but you took out one of the Flameskulls.
Right, and I'm going to swivel and attack Flameskull 1.
Alright, you hit with an 18. It takes, what, 15 damage?
It's like it.
It's mainly resisting the magical damage.
Well, it looks like it's resisting the lightning.
Mm-hmm. So it's resisting
Okay.
fire. You assume it resists fire because it's made of fire. But it does seem to be somewhat vulnerable to thunder. Polton Gray. Polton Gray, who looks perfectly fine. He decides, he steps forward, he's like kind of just strides forward, and he lifts one arm where he has a hand crossbow attached, and he tries to shoot at this skull that's looking pretty much on its last cranium. And he hits with a 22. But it seems like some of the damage is resisted. So the Flameskull only takes 5 damage, but that is just enough that Polton Gray shatters this second Flameskull. And just as it explodes, you see the laughing visage of Lord Frostfeather, and he's just cackling as he fades away. And Polton Gray's standing there looking around at you guys. He's like, "Hey, I helped."
Well, that makes a change.
He just frowns, looks down,
All right.
scuffs his boots as he kind of takes back to the fringes of the group again. Now, as I change the battle music to something that's like less, more spooky again, Sygus, looking pretty, worse for wear, he motions to you and he says, "Quick, quick!" And he pulls 2 vials out of his bags, out of his supplies. Try to catch the ectoplasm before
I'll
they
grab them.
dissipate.
Are we out of initiative?
You're out of initiative.
I want to go over to Sygus and give him one of the. I've got a. Well, doggone it. Oh, I've got a potion of superior healing, which is a lot.
Really fancy.
Really fancy.
I mean,
feel
I
like
can just
I-
cast Lay on Hands on him.
Yeah, I guess we can wait a minute. Let's see. Let me hang on to that one. But I feel like we need him.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give him some hit points back, but
Yeah.
don't use the really, really good pulse on him.
Really. Yeah, exactly. I thought I still have. I think I used the potion of healing on me the last a previous battle.
Okay. So I can give him, if I do 2 Lay on Hands, it will give him 10 hit points back. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's do that. In fact, I will do that as I'm grabbing the vials off of him to try and catch the ectoplasm.
All right. Anyone trying to catch ectoplasm in a vial, roll either a Arcana or a Religion check.
Arcana would be Kai. I get out of the way.
I'll have Sygus roll as well.
Can any of us roll?
Yeah, anyone can roll.
Okay.
He's just handing out vials. He's like, go for it.
Yeah, that's about what I
Did
thought
my
it would be.
Sygus roll not have
Yeah.
one? Kai totally got some, and Terrell, you got some ectoplasm too. So,
Cool.
You got ectoplasm from both of these flameskulls. So I'm going to add 2 jars of ectoplasm to the party inventory. That can be used for crafting, whatnot. And on that note, before you guys decide whether or not you're going to continue looking through the Undertaker's shop for any more goods and services for any maybe healing potions at this point? Oh, did you apply the healing to Sigas?
No, because I can't edit his stuff. Or should I just have dragged the thing to him? Would that have
You can
worked?
drag the thing to him. Oh yeah, 5 points.
I did 10. There we go. It's done.
Sweet. So he is like a lot less dead now. So you guys have a breather. You're like, Yelena and Sigas are pretty wounded.
We're
Everybody's wounded
crispy.
except for Bolton Gray. We'll take a little adventurous break.
Hockey.
Okay.
Back.
I am back as well. I don't know if my sound is any better. Oh wait, my sound
Yes.
isn't better
It
at
is.
all.
It
Oh,
is. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I pointed Discord directly to my microphone rather than using default as my setting.
Why it changed though part way through? Because I thought you just wandered off to get some at the other side of the room.
Me too.
No, and like if I had moved my microphone to be like pointing away from my face, that totally would have made sense, but I hadn't. I think there's one thing on the headphones little controller that might affect it too, but I kept pushing the buttons and none of them seemed to make a difference.
Ah, well.
But as long as it's fixed now.
It is indeed.
The other thing about I during break I started thinking about the other thing that from season 4 of Discovery that I liked was that whole like kind of romance going on between Saru and the Vulcan.
Yeah.
The future
Yeah,
Vulcan
that continues
ship.
in 5. Yeah.
That was super interesting. The way that kind of unfolded. Having this be like the most emotional Vulcan, and it's like in the future, and they've kind of like blended their society with Romulans a bit, I think.
Mm.
And seeing like, oh, this is the effect that has? Okay, interesting. But I was here. I was there for that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So yeah, that does continue in 5. So you see how that goes.
It's the whole blowing up planets thing that I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
I want something that's not so much crisis. And I'm like early days. I think I'm on like episode 2 of season 5.
Okay. We can definitely recommend Fallout for when you're finished.
Okay.
It's so good. Feels like people are finally learning after Last of Us showed that you can do a decent adaptation of a computer game. If you it's just it is. It's just really good.
If you try really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there was aspects about the first season of Witcher that I liked.
I quite enjoyed season 1 of Witcher, but we started season 2 and we couldn't get into it, and then we've never gone back.
Yeah, like I think it was like the first or second episode of season 2 was like literally one of the short stories, and I liked that one. But for the most part, like the overreaching thing is just it's a clusterfuck. Like I couldn't get through season 3. It was such a mess. And I barely made it through season 2.
Okay. Alright, I won't put that on my list then.
But I do like season 1.
Yeah, we enjoyed season 1.
I like the timeline intertwined.
Yeah, when we actually realised what was happening, it was like, oh my god, it was really good.
I thought it was cool. So I did not have a problem with that.
Yeah, I right enjoyed that. Trying to think what. Oh, new season of Boys has just come out as well, so.
I'm not like a super huge Boys fan.
Nah, we've quite enjoyed that.
I'll watch a long time from now. I think even the comics I read kind of begrudgingly.
Never read the comics.
I don't think I'm the target audience. Oh, what they're doing Myth Draenor in DDO's next expansion?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, but I'm so tired.
Well, we've already purchased the expansion, so
I mean, that's definitely one for them to do. That was a good choice. I'm not going to buy it though.
no. I
I
mean,
kind
when
of
was the last time you played?
I got off the ship, like I got off like right before Isle of Dread came on. I was just like, you know what? I'm not into it enough anymore.
Wow.
And when the Year of the Dragon thing started, I was like, you know what? I'll log in. I'll log in and claim my iconic whatever thing, and I'll claim my what's its. But I didn't. I was just like, you know what? I didn't want to like stop, being lazy or being a lump on a couch or something, or to go somewhere else enough to sit at the computer and log in to
Hmm.
DDO. It's so sad. I think I just got left behind. Like when they revamped the epic trees and stuff. I just didn't have the will to figure out how it changed. So at that point, I was only going to do heroic leveling stuff, and I just didn't enjoy it enough anymore.
Okay.
I was burnt out.
I mean, we don't get to play as much as we used to, but we had a good few hours today, didn't we? Still slogging his way through our racial and epic lives and stuff. I'm playing another one on Steam at the moment when raching it around. Against the Storm. I'm quite enjoying that.
Why haven't I heard of that?
It's it's more of a you have to build like a little settlement, and you have to get it to a certain point to just go on to the next settlement, and it's just like getting resources, food, that sort of thing. It's not, there's no real fighting or anything. It's I don't know. It's just really appeals to me.
Oh, sweet. I haven't run into a game I really, really like in a while. I mean, I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3, but when I got to Act 3, I was just like so stressed about how things were going to turn out. Like, that the stress of ending the game was too much for me to want to end the game.
Well,
Because I was
we've
scared. I was like, I don't want anything to happen to anybody. And as long as I don't finish, they're okay. Everybody's okay as long as they don't finish this game. So I have like 8 games that have been started and got to a certain point, and I just will not complete Act 3.
oh no. No, we've not gone back to that either. We haven't gone back to Harry Potter. We haven't played PS5 for ages, have we? Um, we've just the little time that we have had to play, we've just been playing DDO instead, and we've just sort of fallen out of the routine with PlayStation. So we haven't really we haven't gone back to any of them.
I wonder, is Kim back yet?
I'm sorry, I'm here. Yes.
Okay, I
All
just want to check.
right.
Because we're just keep talking like it's Rick and stuff, but if everybody's back.
I was eating a snack, so I'm done with
Oh,
the
that's
snack.
okay. Cool, cool, cool. So it has a purpose. I just didn't want to
Yeah.
like make everybody like make you wait and stuff because we were talking. But if you were like still doing stuff, I was like, we can continue to talk. But if everybody's physically, if not emotionally prepared,
Yeah.
we will resume. All right. So you have successfully acquired 2 jars of ectoplasm.
I did have a question.
Uh-huh.
Did Brosf ever focus on me because I was at the front, or because I'm a paladin? Do I get a sense?
Do an insight check.
Like,
Like I'm trying to make somebody roll a d20, a natural 20, but nobody's rolling a natural 20.
if you want a moonshine, you can have a moonshine.
I mean, I have a cocktail here, but I want to give you every opportunity to roll well today. It's been a mixed bag so far.
Yeah.
So with 13, you're not quite sure. You can't really make up your mind. You think either of those things are possible? It could have just been that you were one in front of you. You were the one in front of the skulls, front line. Though it seemed like when Kai did his thunder wave, with the whole like you struggle beautifully thing that the skulls said, that his attention did flicker to Kai, but it wasn't as focused. Like when the skulls were talking to you, it was like they were really trying to burn into you
Right.
to like an unsettling degree. You didn't like it.
Okay. I feel like this guy's got some sort of weird collection fetish for paladins or
Well,
something like that.
he was a paladin,
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was thinking it. Yeah.
of Shantea, and Shantea is, I can't say like directly because Maliki is more affiliated with Sylvanas, but they're all considered kind of, you know, nature gods.
Right. Okay. Okay, people. Where next?
So there's still a couple of rooms that you haven't not peeked into, and then there's the stairs leading upward, or you can take the freight elevator upward.
Could we all fit in that?
Now only four of you can
So,
fit
so
into it.
here's the question about like the elevator. It was continually going up and down.
Yes.
So were they just taking a little joyride, waiting for us to?
Yeah. I guess one of the skulls was leaning against the up button, and the
Like,
down buttons, they were like,
come on, come on. Let's see if they open
yeah, they're just circling.
Yeah, this little.
Circling.
it. All right. So nobody's operating it now, which means hopefully nobody else is in here.
Can we jam it in some way to stop it from moving again?
It's currently not moving. You see there is like a lever kind of mired into the floor. It's currently in the stop position.
Okay.
So it seems like when it's pushed the other way, it continually just moves up and down. And then when it's in the off, it stops wherever.
Right, so you actually have to be inside it to operate it.
Yeah, something has to be inside it to operate it.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a couple rooms off of here. There are stairs upstairs. Everybody do a perception check. Holy crap. But okay, I don't have to worry about like Sygus being like holy crap perceptive. Yelena and Kai, you pick up a sound of footsteps above. Very briefly. And they stop.
Okay.
It's coming from the east.
Where's the tunnel? Where does the tunnel continue? I'm assuming there's another entrance. The underground stuff still keeps going, right? Or do we have to leave? Is this the end of that underground tunnel?
Yeah, that
in the
tunnel
building?
is just between
To here and that. Okay.
this
Never mind.
and that house.
All right.
So yeah, leaving this building is through the front or back door. Or the stables.
It depends on if we want to, well, how much time we want to spend trying to find stuff for him to use for crafting help.
Sygus,
what are you missing?
Well, I have everything I need though right now. I appreciate the healing that Terrell gave, but wouldn't look askance at a few more healing potions. I can do a little bit more myself, but I'm afraid getting a bit drained might need to rest again, and that's time. Time it's
Okay.
precarious to take, though we have a little.
Alright, so the choice is we either go to his forge with what we've got, check the rest of the rooms down here, and then go, or risk going upstairs and finding someone else to kill.
Oh, as you're standing there, you see like Sygus kind of like rubbing his chin. He's like, "There's something. I feel like there's something that slipped my mind." Do another religion check. Oh, and another thing you notice is in this freight elevator, there were like the two flameskulls, okay? But there are also two bodies. Dead people. Headless.
Yay!
There you go.
Woo! Nat 20! Nat 20 and a dirty 20. I'll roll for Sygus too while I'm at it, just for fun. Though he's not good at any of these things. Oh, okay,
Ow.
wait.
Bloody hell.
Wait, is religion... Religion's
Yeah,
intelligence,
religion's
right?
int. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So all these 20s, all three of you, like you're rubbing, like he rubs his chin, and you guys start thinking about it, and you all go like, aha, at once. And in fact, Yelena, you should have had, you don't need it because you got a natural 20, and I'm drinking moonshine, but you would have had advantage because this is an undead thing. You remember something about flameskulls? In that flameskulls, after a period of time, they're cursed. That is how they're created. The dead are cursed in this manner, that they continuously reanimate in this flameskull form. It's believed that maybe it's associated that these are creatures that died by flame, and you look for it. It does look like these bodies in the freight elevator were somewhat charred. The only way that you know of to stop them from reanimating, even though you have defeated them for now, and you've collected their ectoplasm essence, they're still going to revive within a day. And the only way you know to stop that is to either cleanse the bodies with holy water or cast remove curse on them.
Terrell, that sounds like a paladin job. If you can you do that?
I mean, can I? I don't.
Can a paladin make holy water?
And
I mean, I
will
could pee on 'em.
say, Terrell, I will add item A to the Let's Make Undead Killing stuff. Because you can make holy water.
Can I?
Yes.
Does it involve me peeing on them?
No.
I mean, I think that would work in a pinch if you didn't have any water handy.
Yeah. It would still be
peeing
okay.
peeing on things
I'm
is
gonna go
not.
pee and go, Maliki, bless this.
That's the speed.
It's not the recommended approach. Simply because of the whole armor business. You have to aim. But you can bless water. It's a ritual. And it requires powdered silver and an hour's worth of time to make. But
Okay,
you could
so I can make some
holy
of that.
water. And I've added instructions for holy water to the Let's Make Undead Killing stuff.
Okay, so that's something I can be doing when we get to his place if we've got enough silver.
Yeah. Holy water is also this thing you can throw at undead stuff to try to damage it.
Okay, that seems handy.
And so once you remember holy water, Sygus is like, I wonder if there's any holy water around here.
Okay, well that will save having to make any, so shall we... Alright, so... How long... Do we know how long it'll take for him to revivify sort of thing?
24 hours or long rest, somewhere like there. You figure.
Alright, so we don't have to worry about him popping up immediately.
They're not going to pop up immediately. It'll probably be be a day before they pop up again. There's some things that have a revenant attribute that come back sometimes when they're undead, and this is
Okay.
one of them.
All right, then I would suggest we at least check out these other rooms down here. Because we know, well, according to my divine sense, there was nothing around here.
There's no more undead on this floor. You can do your divine sense again to see if you pick out anything else.
Yeah, I guess.
Because you reckon that you didn't pick out the flameskulls before because they were on the top floor, maybe, at the time that you did your divine sense.
What were you going to say, Kay?
Oh, I was going to say, will there be any holy water in that chapel-like area?
You can go hunt.
Yeah, I reckon we should have a look in there.
Yeah, we can check out the little toilet as well.
Oh yeah.
Holy
I don't-
toilet water.
I'm not sure that's holy water.
All right, I'm gonna throw another divine sense out.
All right, and I'm going to double check whether or not you sense anything. I don't think you do sense anything, though.
So the DM's tricked me into using another divine sense.
How many divine senses do you have? You have 3?
I have 4, and I've used 2.
No, you do not sense anything.
Okay.
It's just the same you felt before, that like outside there's an undead presence in the streets to the north. Definitely.
Right. Let's get down here, search. Let's get that done.
Get searching.
Yep, Kai's off. Oh God, he's well off.
So Kai, you go into that sanctuary where
Yeah.
they had funerals, and all you find is the silver candelabra. Each one is worth a good 100 gold.
That'll do.
Yeah.
So you can
We can use it for crafting stuff.
You can make powdered silver out of this for either silvering weapons or for making holy water. It would take maybe an hour to like break them down into the stuff that Terrell could use for rituals. But it's a lot. That's enough for a lot of holy water and a couple silvered weapons.
Yeah. Well, we might need a lot of holy water.
I'm just envisioning a holy water super soaker.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So the pinching the candelabras from, shall we say, a derelict chapel room is not, you know.
The chapel's already been wrecked.
Yeah. So there's. Yeah. Why haven't they been stolen then? If it's been wrecked by someone,
Because dead don't want them.
The undead
Are
are
they
probably going to
cursed?
avoid the silver.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I guess everybody else was either busy getting killed or like trying to escape to like nick it on the way out.
Okay. Oh, I peel for them then.
All right, so I put 2 silver candelabra in the party inventory.
Don't we take them?
Since Kai's a bit of a noodle,
I'll
can
take
we
them.
put them in the? Yeah.
I think I was
Yeah.
nice and I didn't put weight on them, but I could be lying.
I mean, have we got room in the? I can't remember what we've done with the little bag of holding thing.
The bag of holding is full of a statue.
That was it.
Yeah.
I'll take this candelabras.
That statue of Angarat, which that's how you know that like these nature deities, they're all nature deities, because that statue, it's going to the Shrine of Axes in Parnast, and this Angarat is like replacing. I guess it was damaged before, and Angarat represents like the spring, but like there's also statues of like Shantea and Oral and somebody else to represent the other seasons.
Okay.
So that's all there is in the chapel then.
Right. So should we check this south room opposite the lift?
Yes.
Just to the side of to the south room? Wait.
From the south of the elevator.
The
Sorry.
south of the
curtain is?
elevator, where the curtain is, you push aside the curtain and you see like this is the lobby. That's kind of what Sygus described it as. that it's like the main lobby of the building. There's just a bunch of coffins on display here. The front desk, kind of reception, there's a log, and it's an exit out of the building
Okay.
to the south.
Alright, so there's
And
2 doors into that then, the curtain and the door bit.
mhm,
Right.
I'm gonna check one other thing.
Nothing to stash behind the counter?
You do not immediately sense an undead presence, like as your divine sense kind of reaches the tail end. You don't sense a strong undead presence directly out the front entrance. And Sygus is indicated that that is that or through the stable is more direct toward the blacksmith shop.
Sorry, did you say I could sense a strong undead presence outside the door then?
No, not to the south. You
Not to the
did.
south.
You sensed one to the north through that exit by the toilet. But through this
Right.
front door, you don't sense a strong undead presence just outside, and you don't sense one like in the stable. Let me unmask the stable as well. I mean, you can't see what's what, but like it doesn't feel evil to the south.
Okay. Okay, so let's try that last room. North, further down the passage.
You look through this north room beside the stairs up, and it seems to be an office, like maybe where people are discussing and signing contracts for doing the last rites.
Okay.
It's a fairly nicely furnished room with some comfortable leather chairs. This room hasn't seen a lot of damage, but you don't find much of value except for a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Bottle of wine is probably most appealing to Kai, I guess.
Mm.
It's like potentially everybody else is like, no holy water, but Kai's like, ooh, bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So I put that in the party inventory.
I love that.
There is one more room on this
Yeah.
floor, and then there's the stairs up, or there's exiting.
Okay, I feel like all the good stuff's going to be upstairs. Away from the public.
And where the footsteps are. Yeah, let's go in that other room before we go.
Alright, yeah, we just clear it just to be sure.
You go into this room, slowly creaking open the door. And you see one coffin. The lid is askew, and there seems to be like some scratching, some signs of struggle. Chairs tossed over. One is broken, streaks of blood, but the room is empty. There was some violence here, but you hunt around, and next to an overturned table, you find a candle. It's like a black candle. And it has an aura around it. Kai, you feel like it is something magical.
Okay. Good magical, bad magical.
That might take identification. But I've put a candle. a black candle into your party inventory.
Okay.
Sygus will volunteer that he knows that sometimes they do visitations in this room, that they have visitation services at the Undertakers. But this, when you start saying that this is a magic candle, he's like, I'm not sure. That sounds a bit ominous when you consider visitation. What form of visitation takes place here? I mean, I could see that as part of the grief process, but I could also see that being ominous.
Yeah, I mean it could be something to trigger off more undead rising or something, couldn't it? So
Before the change of Lord Rossfeather, though, I did not consider this business to be suspicious in any way. They were an upstanding part of the community.
I'm not saying it was them. I'm saying it's someone who's moved in since then.
Yes, that's the rub.
All right. Do we want to check upstairs?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Are we using the lift or the stairs?
Well, I mean, if only 4 of us can get in the lift. Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, this is the point in which I realized that I had the stairs correct all along, and that you actually, what I've been saying are the stairs up are actually the stairs from the cellar, and the stairs I had you come up were the stairs going up.
Right,
Yeah,
so the east side is the steps to go
don't
up.
don't don't pay any attention to me just not knowing what's going on.
Okay. He's fine.
I mean, I should have like even told you, and like I would just slapped you on the map. Nobody would even noticed or cared.
Yeah, it's true.
You
Right.
go up the stairs.
Yeah, I feel we should stick together rather than some of us get in the lift and some
Everybody,
of us.
do you want to leave anybody on the first floor? Do you want to go up all on your own, or do you want everybody to stick together?
I think we should stick together because then we can keep an eye on them. Because we don't know them that well, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
known these people less than a day.
Yeah, I mean, we can trust the dog, but that's about it.
Except for Poltergray. Poltergray, you've known the longest.
You can't
Yeah.
trust him as far as
No,
throwing.
I mean, even though I did a dice roll that suggested there was nothing dodgy, I just don't trust him.
You don't trust your rolls.
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm moving you to the next floor.
Okay.
But are you doing anything interesting as you go up the stairs or before you go up the stairs?
I'm tempted to cast Bless again. I need to mark off my level 1 spells that I used. No,
So,
I'll hold off.
you've used one level 1 spell, right?
Yep.
And like one lay on hands. You tippy toe up the stairs, keeping your ears peeled. Do you want to be stealthy?
I can't see that I'm going to be successful in being stealthy, to be honest, guys, but we can try.
Do you want to stay in the... I'm just wondering if you want me up front, since I'm stealthy and I can sort of scout ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me do that.
So, roll a stealth check, Yelena, and you kind of like move ahead. Pay no attention to what I just did. This is that feature that I forgot about. So, Yelena, you're very stealthy. So you tiptoe up the stairs as if you're moving through the forest, not cracking a single branch or crickling a single leaf underfoot. You keep your ears peeled. for any sounds. You hear a little bit of movement coming from somewhere on this floor.
So the divine sense would have been triggered by that if it was somebody undead up there, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is not an
But
undead.
you hear,
person.
yeah, you've heard footsteps earlier coming from above. You hear like a little like hint of movement
Oh, it's good. Can I
as you
take?
track your way upstairs.
Can we assume good boys sort of coming up with me also, kind of quietly?
Yeah, good boy comes along.
Because is my speaks with animals still going on?
Nah, that's long expired
God,
because you
dude.
had that whole combat and stuff. And they'll like debate about what the hell are we doing? Oh, holy water. All that stuff happened. But like you guys are at the top of the stairs and everybody else is kind of like still on the stairwell. You're on the landing. You see there's the part that was the freight elevator, but of course it's an empty shaft currently and the curtain is pulled over. There are 3 doors off of this floor. Oh, there's actually 4 technically. There's 4 doors, but one of them looks like a very narrow, like maybe it's a closet, just to the left of the elevator shaft.
Okay.
And then there's like 3 other doors. If you want to try to see if you could pinpoint where the sounds you noticed were coming from, Yelena, roll a perception check.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
I mean, you're not quite sure. Somewhere on this floor,
Yeah.
though, you think there's something making noises. What do you do?
I'm gonna signal for the rest of the crew to come up. Whatever it is not. I don't know if I should call out. And I kind of feel like that'll be achieved just by all of us getting upstairs anyway, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and have everybody come up and see what happens.
You give Good Boy a nod,
Mhm.
and Good Boy, pats back to the stair, and goes back to like Terrell waiting at the top of the stairs with everybody else behind her. Nudges Terrell's leg, and Terrell, you can take that as like as a sign of Yelena's given approval to continue up the stairs.
Okay. Okay, can I hear the footsteps?
Everybody can roll a perception check. See if you hear any sounds of movement.
I'm assuming I don't do that.
Yeah, you've already done it.
I've already done that.
We don't know.
NPCs? Should I roll for NPCs?
I mean,
Sure,
would
it'll
Good
help
Boy
us
be
out.
able to?
Oh, man, that was almost good, but yeah, Sigus is a bust. Good Boy, you want Good Boy to roll?
Yeah.
Poltergray is not doing anything. He's useless. But like Good Boy or Cherish could roll. Good Boy. Good Boy is a good boy.
Yes, he is.
And he's like wagging his tail, and you see him walk up to the door that's right beside you, Terrell, and he's kind of like pause. He paused the door and he looks up at you expectantly.
Oh, he's a
Wa-
good boy.
wags his tail, does a little booty shake, like the little dance in place.
Okay, so the door next to me, or the door opposite me? Sorry, just
The door directly north of you. Yeah, you've only got one door next to you, really. Next to your token. It is
where that little knobby
right
bit
there.
out there.
That is the door. Okay, like maybe I do have the shadow just covering the door.
Okay. Then I'm gonna look at the other guys. Oh yeah, I can see now. Look
Okay,
at
is
the
there
other
another? I'm
guys.
sorry. Have you got another
My
map up?
my bad. In precision. In precision.
Is there another
Oh
map?
yeah, have you not shared it? I just
It's the
went and
same
found it.
map you were on. It's just to the north. You're on a different floor, but it's on that map. The same
Okay.
map. Just scroll up. So, good boy is telling you there's something in that room.
Okay. I'll look at the other guys and say, do we want to just rush in or what?
I'll stay at the back.
Oh, what to do?
I mean, if it's not undead, it's either. Well, I can't imagine it's someone hiding out up here if they're walking around and making noise. We've already had one golem type thing, haven't we? Oh, what else could it be? Do the dire wolves, were they undead?
Yeah, they were undead direwolves.
Right.
It sounded like footsteps, so it was humanoid. Do we know?
Yeah. I mean, you assumed okay, it wasn't more flameskulls because like they had feet,
Right.
something that could walk, and something that's not undead. And whatever else divine sense covers,
I'll ask Sygus.
like demons and whatever. It's not demonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sygus, is there anybody who would be hiding here? Like a
It's-
townsperson?
I mean,
It's always-
the owners.
It's possible. Anywhere between the last place in and the cemetery. People could have gotten cut off when we tried to make our escape, and they could have sought refuge anywhere in between those two places. So there could be people hiding out here. This would be a crappy place to try to hide out. I mean, considering what was in the elevator. If they entered here, went to hide out, I think they'd be trapped.
Yeah, I just feel it's weird that they're walking around and making noise. That's all if they were hiding.
I'll cast Speak with Animals again and ask Good Boy, what does he smell? Does it smell like a person?
I'll do a perception for good boy.
Good Boy's earning his keep.
What a good boy. He's +5 for perceptions. Oh no!
Oh no! Look what
No!
you did.
His streak is ended. He's like, and there's like, oh, maybe good boy's coming down with a cold.
Oh, poor Good Boy.
I don't have anything. I won't make you like cast a speak with animals. I'll be like, just like, you're like, do you smell some humans? Do you smell some humans, boy? And he like tries to sniff, and he like looks up at you, and he like gives you this confused face, like, I don't know. He's like really sad. I can't. I'm failing you. The infinite gaze of like an animal whose heart is breaking.
Oh. I give him some spritz behind his ears.
I'm not helping, and you scratch him, and he like recovers.
I think we should just go in.
You're gonna go in.
Yeah.
Do you burst in, or do you proceed cautiously?
I'm not gonna rush in, but I am gonna throw the door back. But
Cautious.
I'm not gonna bash in case there's traps in there. Cause I'm not daft. Well, I am, but you know.
And you're also heavily armored, so that's good.
Degrees.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna stand in front of the door.
In one, efficient movement, you like whack. The door swings open, back the extent of its hinges. and you see a room before you. Bedroom, formerly belonging to the Undertaker, you assume. Large, king-sized bed. To one side, dressers, a rug. The room looks empty of violence, but it also looks empty.
Huh.
Is there any wardrobes? Somebody could be hiding.
Under the bed?
Do a perception check. Anyone who wants to perceive, like for the party.
I mean, honestly, I'm tempted to just flip the. Oh, never mind.
Oh, that was a tease. It rolled to the 20 and then rolled back to an 8.
Terrell, you're looking around the room, you're gazing. Where was it? There's something in here, right? Good boy. Good boy wouldn't steer you wrong. Good boy's a good boy. What could have set him off? And then you see a flicker of movement coming from under the bed. Kai, you notice that too, but you're not gonna be all like, whatever. I'm assuming that Kai's like, I'm gonna stay back, not get too involved. I'll just tell Terrell that I see something under the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna say a reasonable. No, I'm not gonna shout or anything, but I'm just saying. We can see you under the bed.
You hear a little whimper.
And I'm also gonna say, we're not undead. I'm gonna call Sigus over. Sigus.
Sagas comes over and says, It's Sagas Karan. Do I know you? Safe to come out. And you hear a woman's voice, kind of shaky, saying, Sagas? Is it really you? And at first, it's just a woman appears. A woman, she's like dressed not too dissimilarly from the ranger who was at the house that was under siege. But she has, unlike the other one was like a ginger, redhead. This woman has short, shorn blonde hair. She looks kind of scruffy and gaunt, pale and a little bit clammy in her visage. And she slips out. And once she crawls out from under the bed, and Sigus spots who it is, and he says, Nala, I thought you might have fallen. Good news that you're still alive. And she gives him like a really like narrow look, like, it's really you. I am totally struggled. She looks very like unsettled and frightened. But he like tries to reassure her. Yes, it's me. Like, you're alone. And she's like, no, uh, come out, everyone. Come out. And she kind of seems to be shrinking into herself a little bit. Like, she's still not sure what to make of this. Like, she's so shaken and she's been under so much anxiety that it is not possible for her to relax immediately. And she's just kind of clutching at one arm, just scratching it, and just looking like she cannot believe that there are people here who might be help. And as she calls for people to come out, a man dark-skinned, also kind of like wearing leathers. Like he might have some experience, being handy and defending himself, but he's pretty scruffy, also gaunt. He crawls out, and he also looks relieved to
How many people
see.
can you fit under a double bed?
Yeah, there's this other guy, and there's 2 children. Crawling out from underneath this bed. I guess I have everybody unidentified. So there's Nala, and then the man's name is Tycho. And there's a boy and a girl. I think I just duplicated the boy, and the girl is here somewhere. Where is she? So 2 more kids, a man and a woman. They all look pretty just messy. We've been hiding here since the escape failed. Once we were sequestered, I mean, I didn't want to risk going anywhere. They almost took us out. It was how did you escape? I didn't believe it when they stopped coming, when we hid and they wandered away. I couldn't believe it. And Sisygus and Cherish likewise, both of them are trying to like soothe these new villagers that you have rescued. But they're very distraught, and they seem pretty shell-shocked by what has been happening in Zelbras.
Okay. Initial feeling is they're not going to be much use to us.
Yeah, well, I mean, 2 of them are kids, but like the adults, they seem like, okay, maybe at some other point they might have been capable, but right now they're like not emotionally in the right place, and they're going to need a little bit of time to recover. Or like a calm emotion spell or something.
I don't think any of us have one of
I
them.
always have it.
Alright, and then I'm just going to be, I'm not going to be harsh, but I'm just going to be, like, down to earth, to the point. Look, we're trying to find stuff that will help us do the fight. Did you live here? I'll look at Sigus as if to say, are they the people who used to run the shop, or are they just people from the area?
Nala kind of like shakes her head. She looks just disoriented, still scratching her arm. Tycho, kind of like raises his hand gingerly, like, may I speak? Like he's really beaten down. He's like, I was an assistant at times, the stabler at others. There may be a few things that the proprietor, he is long dead.
Okay, so specifically, we're trying to look for either silver or holy water.
The most likely places would be the workroom, the embalming room, next floor up, or he thinks for a moment, and he looks a little bit like, you see him debating, like, oh, should I tell them or should I not tell them? And you see him come to this decision, like, well, the proprietor's dead, so it doesn't really matter anymore, and there's no point in me holding on to this information. He may have had a cache in the bathroom.
The one downstairs, that
One
tiny little
downstairs?
one, or
No, next door. And it's like he's gesturing to the right.
Oh, there's an ensuite?
Well, no, it's not an ensuite exactly, but it's a full bath next door. Yeah, I mean he always talked about, but see, the problem is, see, there's the fireplace right there, and you have to break through, give up the fireplace to have an ensuite. You know, it's a whole
Yeah,
design decision.
I can see where that would
This
be Spanish.
surprisingly perks him up talking about interior design in this place. You've revitalized him, Yelena.
Awesome.
I always thought he should have it a different color, honestly. A nice purple. But no, then Tycho like starts taking off, and he like leads you to next door.
Okay. Follow Tycho.
And you like follow him into this bathroom, and it, like, you know, has a bath, and it has like a little basin, and it has a little, you know, countertop vanity. And he digs quite awkwardly behind the commode. Pulls up his sleeve as he does so, and he jiggles around a little bit, and he pulls out a pouch. And in that pouch, this is a bit of silver. And a bit of coin. So in this pouch, there is about 100 gold worth of powdered silver and 20 platinum pieces.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
So even more to the party sheet.
So do we have 1 hour to go ahead and make some holy water?
If there's any holy water, Tycho offers. Up on the 3rd floor, not only are there embalming rooms, but there's storage for everything that he took off of dead bodies.
Ooh.
Okay. Upstairs then?
Yep.
Okay. What do we want to do about these 4? Because I'm tempted to tell them to go to the tavern, but they don't look like they're in a fit state to get there by themselves.
Well, there shouldn't be anything upstairs, right? This is it. We need to get them out of here before those nasties in the elevator reanimate
Yeah,
Yeah. Or you use like holy water.
to bless them. Yep.
to get rid of the
And there's that whole discussion, like, because they're asking you this, like Nala and Tycho are like, and the kids are like, just kind of like, we're not gonna say anything. We want to stay out of the way. And they're just trying not to cry. Which you figure out that, okay, the noises that were happening was because like the kids were having trouble being super quiet. They were doing their best, but they were kids.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
Tycho and Nala, they're kind of like looking to you guys like, okay, like how safe is it here now? What exactly are you doing? You know, they're based off of what you're saying, they're like trying to judge what the risk is to staying here versus going somewhere else. Nala is a little bit more inclined to, she's recognizes Sygus, and she's kind of like, even though she looks shaken and she looks really uncertain and drained, she's like, I want to stay with you. And it's like kind of like a variation on Polton Gray, like, hello, you're the strongest person I've run into in a while. You guys seem like you know what you're doing, and I'd be safer with you. Whereas Tycho seems fine to continue hiding out here as long as you guys have reduced the danger.
Okay. All right, then I'm tempted to say they stay here while we go check upstairs, and then we get them on the way back down.
Yeah.
And Tycho's like, everything's kind of, go up the stairs.
Unless Tycho can help us find stuff upstairs, and then maybe he can
Yeah.
come. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Sygus, are you alright to continue, or do you want to stay here and try and rest up a bit?
How long do you plan to take?
I mean, really, I just want to go up there, ransack the place, and get out of here.
Now, there's an idea. How much, in terms of our grand timeline, I don't know what we can do, but we can. Is the house clear if we take care of those bodies in the?
Yeah, I suppose if we ransack upstairs, spend the hour to get the holy water and cleanse the
Yeah.
flameskulls.
This might be
So
a
that's
reasonably safe place for a little bit for
yeah.
some type, at least a rest. Do we have enough
So I
time to
guess
rest?
we'll also offer I can do one of my turrets. But I can only do so many. I can only do 2 before I have to rest again. So I'm afraid I'm beginning to think that unless we find some healing potions, I might need a sufficient long rest before we could try to confront Frostfeather again.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I mean that's fine because I feel like once we get to his place, we should do that, craft stuff and rest.
So I could do a healing turret now.
That's right. The whatchamacallit?
So we could. So if we did that, we would all get some benefit from it, wouldn't we?
That would take care of, if we all huddled around it, it would take care of any injuries we have. It simply wouldn't recover any of our other abilities that it might use.
No, that's fine. I
But
just
once
want to.
that is gone,
Yeah.
I will only have one more to access until we do a proper rest.
I think that's.
I think it's a
okay.
good plan.
All right.
Yeah.
So he pops out. You know, he digs
Everyone
through his
jumps on the bed.
Yeah. Everybody huddle into the room. Everybody huddles in the room. Except for Polton Gray, who just kind of hangs out in the threshold. And wait. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing.
You know, we do it now because we're all in here.
I hate myself, my anarchy sometimes. I just really hate it. All right. So he pulls out like some pieces of wood, like these, kind of like these. It's almost like a kit from IKEA of like different, like he's got like the 4 sides of wood for his turret in the top, and he's got like, he takes like really quickly, like lickety split, he like hammers them together to make this turret out of the like 5 parts. And then he says a couple incantations, and it kicks off, and this wave of positive energy starts to pulse around it, uh, healing everybody within 10 feet.
Yay.
Oh, wait. No, not wait, because you guys are going to be healed, but I just need to double check because I like actually put the turret on a different item. I need to double check the duration. Okay, so it'll last for an hour. So everybody, I think it lasts for an hour. What? Did I not put it here? I probably didn't put it here. I'm pretty sure it's for an hour though.
Okay, so potentially if we get injured upstairs, we can come back down and heal up again.
He can move it slowly along with you.
Okay.
He's like, we're going to need to take the elevator back down. You can't do stairs.
Okay.
It's like old school Daleks. He doesn't say that, but like I'm saying it to you.
They don't do. It's not advanced enough to do stairs just yet.
Yeah, it's not like a modern series worth of it. So everybody is back to maximum normal health. But like no temporary hit points. And no abilities recovered.
Okay.
That's good though.
Definitely.
So he's like, I can stay here. I can go upstairs and bring the turret along as you explore the 3rd level. What do you want to do?
I think you can just stay there with keep the turret.
Yeah, keep the woman calm and, you know.
Yeah.
As I say this, you see the woman has been she's kind of basking in this positive energy, this kind of like warming glow of the turret. But after about a minute, once just as soon as you start having this conversation, everybody's injuries are healed. You see her start to scratch your arm again.
Oh dear.
And she seems very uncomfortable.
Can I do medicine check on her arm?
And she's kind of like, there's something not right.
Did she get bit?
And you see her like she's scratching at her arm. She's scratching her arm. She like pulls off the sleeve, and you see like her arm in places got like these buboes, these blisters of necrotic flesh. Sharing a picture, and she's looking on at horror as her arm seems to be bubbling within this wave of positive energy. What's happening? Help me! You have like one action.
Alright, so we could cut her arm off.
Is she undead? Do we know if she's undead? Or is it just the arm that's undead?
You just see necrotic flesh. Or actually, make a medicine check. Anyone can make a medicine check.
Oh, come on, I've got +5 to that.
Trust me, I'm
Yelena, you can tell enough. Like, Terrell, you're just kind of, okay, you have a thing about hygiene. And this is disgusting. And you're like, I don't want to touch it. Kai, you just don't know about medicine. You're like usually on the other end of things. But Yelena, you like look at this arm, you see it like bubbling. You're like, okay, my favorite enemy is undead. She's been infected by something necrotic, something undead, but it looks isolated to the arm. So Yelena, you have this strong feeling that if you cut off her arm, it'll nip it in the bud. But like if you don't do it quickly, it might be too late. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
How do you do it?
Sword.
Have you got something sharp?
I got a sword.
Okay. You pull out your
Do you want
short
me to hold
sword.
her?
How do you hold her? Describe.
I'm just going to do it real fucking quick.
Alright, go on, do it before she notices.
Before she even knows what's happening.
So like Terrell, you grab like her hand that seems to be unaffected within your like bracer. You like pull her arm out, like extend it, and Yelena, you like pull back your short sword, and as swiftly as you can, you try to cleave her arm off at the shoulder.
Yeah.
And get everything that's affected. Roll an attack check to see how good you are at slicing up her arm.
Please don't roll.
Okay, you know what? I do have inspiration.
Okay.
All right, and
roll with advantage. Roll with advantage.
I was going to say, does it class as me assisting? Would that give her advantage as well? But okay.
Yeah. Okay, Gillis. I think that's fair. Yeah, like she doesn't have to use an inspiration. You're helping, so that just gives her advantage on this attack roll to see if she cleaves Nala's arm off cleanly, or if she misses a bit. And just like roll the attack roll in chat. Oh, you're still blessed. We're not counting that too, but it's still a 21. So like, whack! With like, just in a flash, you've sliced off her arm, and Nala screams because it's painful, and it's like bleeding. It's bleeding, but the arm falls to the wayside, and it kind of falls like behind the bed. And like Terrell, you kick it away, and as you kick it away, like in the corner of the room, there's this burst as the arm kind of explodes
Oh God.
in this like burst of
Eh.
necrosis. But you guys are all like standing just far enough away. It's like not right on her personage where nobody gets hit by it. But like you're like, oh my God, if that's still been attached to her, she would have like kind of exploded. Kind of exploded. She
I guess
would have
we'll-
exploded. But now you have somebody who's like potentially in
Bleeding.
shock because her arm has just been cut off.
Can I do a medicine check to staunch bleeding?
You can do a medicine check, or you guys can do any kind of healing.
The turret not do any?
Oh yeah, the turret.
Oh yeah. That's
So, like-
Just to save a lay on hands, that's all.
6 seconds. Vroom.
Rome.
The healing of the turret. Suddenly, you as you're watching, the stub of her arm heals over, and it's like this pinkish kind of reddened flesh, but she's no longer bleeding anymore. And she's just like wide-eyed and gasping, and like the children are like they're kind of whimpering again, and they're like looking around like, what is happening? And she's kind of in shock, like emotionally, but she's alive.
Okay, you possibly could have mentioned that before, your arm decided to try and explode on us.
It's I didn't know. I don't know what I must have gotten infected during the escape, but I didn't. And she's just kind of stops talking.
Do we have that bottle of wine? Maybe we can give her the bottle of wine to calm her
Oh
down.
yeah.
Just give her a drink.
Kai,
Hello.
are you
Yeah,
generous with
sure.
the wine, Kai?
I don't know, I feel like Yelena says that, Kai's like, no.
I
Give
drank
up your
it
wine.
already. While I've been quiet in the corner, while you
Yeah.
lot have been doing all this, I've been drinking that wine.
Watching everybody be concerned, and Kai's just quietly tippling in the corner.
Yeah.
Opposite side of the bed is the exploding arm, but tippling all the same.
Yeah.
So everyone is looking at each other because that was stressful.
Okay, let's go upstairs and then figure out what's here.
But everybody's healed, nobody else is exploding because they're in proximity to this positive energy device. You kind of take a deep breath, hope for the best.
Yep.
And head upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're taking Tycho with us.
You're taking Tycho. You're leaving Polton Gray and Sygus with the healing.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully,
Cherish.
Sygus will sit with her and calm
So
her
it's just
down.
Tycho and you guys and Good Boy, or is Good Boy staying?
No, Good Boy's coming with us.
Yeah, let's bring Good Boy.
So you head up to the next floor. So as you head upstairs, Tycho leading the way. So you're on the 3rd floor. And once you get to the 3rd floor, you see to the south of you, there is another curtain. And Tycho leads you directly there. You see ahead of you that there are several tables, and some of them have bodies on them. A couple of them appear to be skeletal.
This is a weird way to run a funeral.
At this point, but they're you can't quite tell at this point, because you think it is weird. Why is there a skeleton?
Why are the
Well,
bodies
these tables?
upstairs?
I guess if a body was here and then the thing happened it's just decayed before he
But
could
like
finish off.
to the east, that's like the embalming room where they do like the formal work where they like, dress them up, they like inject the embalming fluid. So you see like there's another barrel of embalming fluid and there's like a bunch of tables with different supplies and stuff, but you're like, far away at this point where you can't examine individually what these like bottles and whatnots are. But they're the different customers that have not, maybe they've been partially processed or whatever, for whatever reason. Some of these have not been recovered for Feather's army, it seems. Others, there are skeletons here, so something's happened to render them while they're like laying back on these tables. There is a curtain to the south of you, and Tycho points that out as there's the storage room through there. There's doors. And to the west of you, he says, that is the proprietor's office. Maybe there's something there. You might want to look there. Or examine the shelves of the embalming room. Those are the three places most likely to have something.
Okay, which way do you want to start? Office to the west?
Yeah, office.
Alright.
All right.
Can we
notice-
hear anything moving around, or...?
Do perception checks.
Yeah.
None of you pick up anything as you listen to the door. It
Okay.
sounds quiet. What do you do?
Want me to just push the door open again, or do you want to try and sneak in?
Push the door open again.
Alright, so I go over and push the door back.
You push the door back, and you find this is the Undertaker's private office. And there are bookshelves, and you see a desk. The desk has various manuals and journals of notes. And you flip through it quickly, and you see also there's like a couple vials. Most of them are empty on the table. There are also like a couple different little, like, looks like alchemy sets as well. And you rifle around. You looking at the journal, you see that the proprietor of the Undertaker's office, the head Undertaker, was doing some experiments, and he talks about an elixir called ecstatic renewal. And he describes that this formula can invigorate a person. He believes it could invigorate them beyond death, to fight off death itself. And he's very, very excited about it. But as you reach the bottom of the notes, you see him make note that there's a sound. Someone's breaking in. And it drops off there. One of the vials isn't empty. It has this strangely spectral fluid in it. It swirls. It's a little bit like the green ectoplasm, a little bit of the black necrosis, a little bit ephemeral. You wonder, is this a vial of that? ecstatic renewal that these notes talk about.
I mean, if it is, I don't suggest any of us drink it until we've,
Unless we're
done some
desperate.
kind of test on it.
Yeah.
But
Kai,
yeah,
Kai, do an Arcana check, or it's like an alchemy check as far as you're concerned.
Oh.
oh, nice.
And Kai's like, well, this looks safe enough. But you're like a little bit titillated. You're like, ooh. And you're like, hey, take the journal. Like, I would like a recipe. Like, I want these notes in case this really does work. And you like look over the notes, and you're like, well, if this actually does work, this might be pretty nifty. Like, not too
Cool.
shabby.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a vial of ecstatic renewal. I also gonna add some alchemy supplies to the party inventory. And I'm going to add ecstatic renewal to the list of things you can craft.
Yay.
Okay. Notes updated. So you've gotten this vial. The only other places to look are potentially more into the embalming room or in the storage.
Okay, the storage was to the south, yeah?
Yes, beyond the curtain.
Or should we do that first? Since we're right here?
Yeah, agreed.
So you push back the maroon curtain, and you see a room filled with various crates, barrels, and some spare coffins that are being stored here. There's a lot of places to look, so it's going to take a little bit of searching. But if you want to search the room, you can do like investigation to see what you pull out from all of the crates and barrels.
Yeah. Oh, that's so close to being a good roll.
There we go.
But Terrell and Kai, you just find a bunch of like really like common clothes and boots and things that aren't worth very much. But Yelena, with a 19, you find some more alchemy supplies. You find a couple gold rings. A false eye. A silver chain.
Silver's good.
Some fine clothes. One set of fine clothes. And a single flask of holy water.
Yay.
Ka-ching!
Ching.
Tycho looks over you. Found what you're looking for.
Well, I think so. Do we keep looking and see if we find anything else cool up here?
We just got that last area to search.
Yep.
Alright, into the spooky room with the dead bodies.
You go into the spooky room with the dead bodies. As you get closer, make a medicine check.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yelena and Kai, you're just like ick, ick, ick,
Yep.
ick. But Terrell, Terrell, you're like, well, these bones have been cleaned, but they look like something's gnawed the flesh away. That's why they're skeletons.
Oh.
You also realize that there's like one body that hasn't been gnawed to a skeleton. It looks somewhat clammy and wriggling beneath the skin's surface. You think
I
back to what you encountered in the road, that exploding body. You think about the necrotic burst that occurred to Nala's arm down on the floor below. And you think, hey, nobody else go further into this room.
Holy water.
Hmm.
We've got holy water. Might need to use it.
You need to, if anyone proceeds further into this room, they need to proceed with caution and maybe keep a wide berth of that body. And I'm going to just like mark
I
that
mean,
body.
do we want to chuck the? I mean, I'm going to frantically point at the
Can-
body
If
and
we,
say
if
it's
we,
doing weird things. Do we want to throw the holy water at it?
There's still the
what
flame
happens?
skulls as well
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
elevator.
What if we set it on fire?
What if I stick a moon meme on it?
Yeah, or something like that. I've got create bonfire as a cantrip.
Eh.
Let me look at the rules on that.
We just get Kai to blow it up.
You got multiple people who can like burn things very well.
It seems to be our thing.
Between firebolts and create bonfire, that's just like pelt, pelt, pelt.
So bonfire range 60 feet. You can create a bonfire on ground that you can see within range. Until the
Okay.
spell ends, the magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast the spell must succeed on dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage.
So, do you guys want to just target that corpse with fire spells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, roll attack rolls to see if you actually land
Well,
on.
mine's a cantrip. Do I need to even roll for that?
Yeah, you still need to roll. Oh, Kai does a critical roll. Does a critical nat 20
Oh,
firebolt.
nice.
You do need to roll to see if like you land.
Well, since Kai has done so well, maybe let's see what happens.
Shall I do damage?
Yeah, roll damage in the chat. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Woo! Firebolt sound effects. I'm so dumb because like instead of pouring moonshine into my shot glass, I poured it into my old fashioned glass. Like
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no,
that's
shucks.
way too much. So Kai, you do this perfect firebolt. It lands right in the middle of this body's chest, and it just seems to ignite in flames. The flesh bubbling and almost like as if responding to the heat. The body seems to swell and it bursts open, and this mass of pale flesh unravels and undulates out of the remains like a sausage from a split casing. And as you watch your like the flames of your spell just crackle and wave, the flames consume this form of a carrion worm that had made its home inside this body. And there's this kind of high pitched screeching sound and popping sounds as the fire engulfs and consumes this worm's form, as well as the corpse, leaving behind a charred skeleton. And as the flames subside into ashes and embers, you hear this laugh echoing through the room. And Kai, a whisper that only you can hear in your head. Consume.
Consume.
And that's what we're in this episode. Session, because I run super late and I can't like drag you guys out anymore.
Right,
Oh.
so next session we need to find a really big bird to eat the worm.
Well, the worm is fried. You've cooked it with your spell. It's
That's
gone.
all right then.
You've burninated it thoroughly. So it is dead worm now. So it's really just a matter of like looking around this room, seeing if you can find anything else.
Okay.
And then making your way towards the blacksmiths.
Woohoo.
Which I regret to say I did give you too much stuff to do. I did set up too much stuff in the Undertaker's shop. I thought maybe we'd actually be at the blacksmith's by the end, and it's like totally my fault.
Oh dear.
It's totally my fault. So we were like about half a session behind where I thought we would be. But you know,
Okay.
I'm gonna just try to take that. I'm gonna try to take that into advisement and control myself. And next session, you know, not try to go crazy at the blacksmiths. You guys have a whole bunch of things that could potentially you could potentially make. So I guess you have supplies, you have things you can do, and you have a certain amount of time. So I guess think about before next session what things you or you might want to like direct Sygus into crafting for when you confront Brosfeather.
Silver arrows might be good.
Like silver
Mm.
arrows, the phase arrows, the bomb, elixirs, whatnot, holy water, all the
Yeah.
fun stuff. So this was interesting. I feel like that combat with the flameskulls. How do you guys feel about that?
Aside from almost dying, it was cool.
It's like getting fireballed.
Yeah. Not fun being on the other end of a fireball, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least it only got it off once.
And how is Terrell feeling about like Lord Brosfeather?
I mean, I feel like he's evil and he needs to be destroyed.
And how are you feeling about this whole like signs of an ancient demigod of death?
I mean, that is kind of disturbing. So,
Like king of ghouls.
yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like even if we don't die and we do manage to destroy Brosfeather, it's not the last of it. So we either need to enlist some help, or we're gonna have to do more, or I don't know. I feel like there's something bigger going on, and Brosfeather's just like the sort of like tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
There-
probably.
Some kind of something going on. Things happening in the high forest that
Mm,
may or may
bad
not
things.
be above your pay grade. Okay, so next time we play, is everybody still good for July 20th?
Oh, hang on.
I think I did put it on my calendar. Let me see.
Yes, yeah, I've got it on my calendar. Seems to be fine.
Groovy. Okay. I don't think there's anything else. You guys have anything else?
I do not.
Can't think of. Oh,
I don't feel like I've forgotten anything. I will remember in 5 minutes.
That's what DMs are for.
Yes. Well, thank
especially
you.
when they've got moonshine.
I haven't drunk it yet. In fact, you know, I might
Just
pick
start
it out.
staring at it.
Yeah, because it's way too much, and I'm probably gonna throw out most of it. But you know, I'm gonna at least take a gulp in honor of it because you know I punish myself,
And then you take a nap.
and then I take a nap. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, but it's not going to be much of anything. I know.
I feel really bad for the fact that we just completely mess up your Saturdays once a month.
I just no. I mean, that's nice. I mean, I usually like don't have anything to do on Saturday, at least especially this time of year. Not much going on except for going to the pool. And I'm going to the pool tomorrow. And the reason why I'm not going to drink all of the moonshine I poured was so I'm not hungover in the morning.
A hangover and then laying out in the sun is not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't want to be suboptimal when I'm like outside in the sun. So, but yeah, it'll be good times. And I enjoy it. It's not like it's a chore. It's not like I'm having to work Saturdays or something.
Fair.
It's fun. I get to hang out with you guys for 3 hours, or wait, it's 3 hours, right?
Yep.
Rapidly becoming 3.5 hours.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're on by about 5:30, so our time, so it's getting up to 4 hours, before and after
Oh
sort of thing.
my!
So,
Oh
yeah.
my! So thank you guys for joining me, and
No,
it was
thank
fun.
you.
I hope you had fun.
We
did.
Thank you.
I just wish I was a little bit more. I was better at time management.
No, it's not
Nah,
bad.
don't worry about it.
But
Yeah.
hey, we'll get there when we get there, and you'll still be like pretty much, if not in. I feel like if you don't get to like a big deal by the end of next session, you'll be like right on the cusp.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right, so
Super.
emotionally prepare yourself.
Right. Okie dokie. We will see you next time.
See you
Okay,
next
guys.
time, guys.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.